Alright, what is up, my generation? What the fuck is wrong with me today? What is up, my entertainment junkies? And we are back with another reaction. And I'm reacting to a Brit reacting to the do's and don'ts of the South. And by the South, I mean anything in the southern region of the United States. Which you can tell it's the South by, let's see, escape, Google, United States, map. Alright. We need to freaking zoom in. This, right here, is called the Mason-Dixon line. Anything south of this line is southern United States. So anytime you hear a southerner mention Dixie, that's why. It's the Mason-Dixon line. So, let's continue.
I'm going to be figuring out what I should not do if I go to the south of the USA, but I'm also going to be figuring out what I should do.
Don't talk shit.
To the south of the US all day. Welcome to the do's and don'ts of visiting the south. My name is Adam. I'm currently quite sick. If you're new here, hello, and welcome to this mess of a show. Feel free to stick around, be leaving a like, subscribing, or I'll steal your milk tomorrow morning. Oh, I've done it before, and I'm prepared to do it again. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I uploaded a video I actually uploaded 3 videos a couple of days ago. A couple of vlogs of my time in Orlando, and a lot of people started saying, welcome to the US. The vlogs are...
But first I need to check.
I probably should have done a bit of an edit on them and told you guys that, but they were basically ripped from my other channel, and I know if you guys watched them, you were probably wondering, why the fuck is this so low quality? And I just don't know. I don't know. It didn't let me download it HD. The highest version I could download it in was 720p, and yeah, it was HD before, but not anymore. It looks like ass, but I thought I'd upload them anyway. Build a bit of hype, because I am going again on the 1st of October, which is kind of why I upload them, just so you can see what I did before, so that you're maybe excited to see me do it again.
Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here in Savannah, Georgia. And today we're going to cover are the don'ts of visiting the south of the U.S., specifically the southeast, you know, the deep south, the Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, South Carolina, this kind of stuff, Louisiana.
What is that? I'm going to need an in-depth description of what I'm looking at right now in the comments down below, please. Immediately. Right now, while I pause this.
Alright. Back to my map. Google United States map. Alright. This is Georgia, which he was talking about. This is Florida, which is what he was talking about. The person reacting was talking about he went to. Orlando is, I believe, somewhere around here. This is Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. That's deep south. And Texas, I guess. Also, don't ever argue with a Texan about Texas. You will not win. You'll just end up leaving with a headache.
Like 5 seconds, so you can pause it and go to the comments.
Indiana, South Carolina, this kind of stuff. Because there's some things you should know that are different than the traditional don'ts of the U.S. They're specific in general. There's some we want to focus on just for here in the South. And the first don't I have for you is don't forget your manners. Look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Hold door for people. Apologize if you bump into them. Apologize if you're in the wrong in general. But don't take shit. If someone's being an ass to you, don't just take it. Because I can guarantee you, if you're in the right, then everybody in the vicinity will be on your side, no matter who you are.
Thing in the South, whether you're a little kid or you're an old man, you need to have your manners when you're here. You do use your pleases and thank yous and yes ma'am and yes sir and things like that. That is not optional. That is how you speak when you're here, and you always show people respect, especially people that are older than you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
For people and things like that. And I'll tell you, don't you ever let an old Southern woman or an old Southern man or anyone that seems older than you stand up. You always give up your chair to the older ladies or the older gentlemen when you are there, because it's a sign of respect. That's how it works here in the South. because manners are a huge
I
thing.
think that's the way.
Most of the time, you're not gonna have to give your seat to someone. Well, unless you're visiting places like Atlanta or fuck, that's probably it. But yeah, you're not really gonna have to worry about it because we all have cars. We don't really use buses. There's not really too packed places. I guess the only time you would is if you're going to a restaurant and you didn't make a reservation.
Probably should be everywhere, man. I feel like that's the way it is here as well. If you are a decent human being, you should probably just do that everywhere.
You are here. And another thing is don't forget to smile when you are here. You'll see how happy. And
Yep, someone says hello. Someone says hello. I don't smile, but if they say hello to me, I will smile and nod.
And one of the parts that is just this happy-go-lucky nature that you have here in the South. So don't forget to smile because you will have a good time. And with that is, don't be surprised if people randomly start a conversation.
Oh yeah.
Here in the South, going grocery shopping. If you pass by somebody maybe twice in 2 different aisles,
yeah.
Pick up a conversation out of the blue.
Definitely.
It is a completely normal thing here because the Southerners are super friendly. I know we were at a restaurant here in town a couple days ago. My credit card fell through the crack in the floor, like it was that they had built up. They pried up the floor to get my card out. I'm like, dude, I can call and cancel the card. It's okay. Like, no, we got this taken care of. The people in the South are super friendly, so don't freak out about it.
That's mom and pop shops. Don't expect a big corporation to do that.
So don't be scared to ask for help when you come here. That's another thing I have to do. Because you're going to see towns like Savannah or Charleston. There's so much history here. You're not sure, what should I be looking at here? I mean, you have this picture. What should I look at?
Well, if I was to go to the south of the USA,
Look at everything.
the best spot to go for me to see a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's a big question. Depends on what you mean by a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of people, a lot of sites, stuff like that. Go to Los Angeles or San Diego. See a lot of people, a lot of culture. I'd say go to New Orleans, freaking Louisiana or Florida, especially because Florida has so many immigrants. And you also have the beach in Florida. I guess Boston and New York have a lot of Italian and a lot of European influence. It all depends on what you want to see.
Stuff. Where should I go?
Product shade is right there. Like, oh, there's a historic building. You got the fountains, and you got the Capitol building.
Boiled peanuts.
You're like,
Woo!
it is kind of a.
I still need to try them, man.
You want to know more.
Still need
the
to try them.
Southerners do have a lot of pride in their hometowns, in their home states, and stuff like that. That they will share that with you. So don't be afraid to ask. Hey, we're the best biscuits in town. We're gonna get the best, the strongest drinks in town. They will be friendly and they will help you out. One of the things is when you do talk to the Southerners, you might notice that sometimes they're an accent. And what I will say is, don't think that accent makes them stupid.
Oh no!
Just because
I'm gonna tell you this: rednecks are the most ingenuitive people you'll ever meet. I can guarantee you that if you need anything fixed, a redneck can fix it and have it working longer than it was supposed to. If you want to put a man on the moon, give a redneck a hand grenade and a lawnmower, he'll figure it the fuck out.
Has an accent doesn't make them like not know something or be less intelligent or whatever.
What
and you
the
know the
hell is
stereotype
this?
that TV and radio and movies really kind of promote is, oh, if you got an accent, you must be some kind of hillbilly. Do not think that the Southerners are hillbillies. Don't think their accent makes them stupid. It's not the case. You can have some great
I think a lot of people
conversations with
probably do
people
that.
who are here,
That's just
and they'll know more
extremely
than you
ignorant.
actually think they do. And so I want to give you the heads up on that. And another don't I have with you is when you are here and you do bring your kids, don't be surprised if your kids are acting up. If the locals would tell your kid, hey, straighten up, hey, get it together. You will see that here. People do school other people's kids when you're here in the South. And I know if you're in the North or you're in California, West Coast or something like that, and someone tells your kid, hey, watch it, kid, you're like, don't tell my kid what to do.
I mean, that happens.
Used to do that to us before. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, your kid just kicked me. Am I supposed to let your kid, hit me or something? Here, that stuff doesn't fly. Your kid's looking obnoxious. Be prepared to have people call you out on that. Because remember, number one, manners, okay? And that goes from young to old. So make sure little Johnny or little Susie know that, hey, You say yes, man.
I remember the manners are free. I remember I went in to ask my dad for some monies to go to the local arcade, and he told me to walk back out of the building.
Oh, yeah.
And
I have to mention this in case any Europeans are actually watching me. Don't drink outside in public. That is against the law here. It is stupid, but it is. Public intoxication is illegal. You can be perfectly fine not doing anything. Take a sip of your beer? Nope, illegal. Freaking, you can't bring. That's why we don't have. I think I saw it in another video about maybe Venice, where y'all had to-go cups with alcohol. We can't do that here. You can get in trouble for public intoxication, even if you're not being a public nuisance. Freaking stupid.
and asked me the same exact thing, but say please at the end of it, and he gave me twice as much as what he was going to. So, little lesson in life that manners are free, and they get you places, and they make you look like a nicer person.
And yes, sir, please and thank you. And you don't make a mess, all right? So just a heads up on that one. Now, when they do call out your kids for the behavior, they're not judging you and judging your parental skills and stuff like that. What they kind of do here in the South is it's the old mantra. It takes a village to raise a child, and so the whole village is helping out raising the child, okay? So don't be offended by it. Because you know what? It is hot when you're here, and that's my next note is don't melt when you come to the South.
I'm gonna melt.
Look, July and August.
I would melt.
Don't, yeah.
No, you can't just tell me not to melt.
Yeah, no.
I am white, extremely pale,
Alright,
Irish skin.
Florida ain't that bad. You have the oh, I should probably pause you. Florida ain't that bad. You probably have the ocean breeze blowing at you at the same time, which cools you down. You're gonna get sunburned to all hell if you don't wear sunscreen. I remember I got sunburned so bad one time I got sick. But it's hot, but the ocean breeze makes it manageable. Don't know about Georgia or Alabama. I know in Mississippi. You're sitting here at 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which, let me get the Google 95 F to Celsius. 35 Celsius with 80 to 90% humidity. For 3 months. And ironically, if it's about to rain, that's when it feels the best, because some reason the humidity just goes away. So yeah, you will suffer if you come here not prepared for heat.
Scraping me into a drink at the end of the day. I could be slurped after one day in the South. Slurped.
Deep South. And in lots of places, oppressive humidity. Like you walk out, you're like, oh my God.
Some people don't work at me.
Oh my God. You do have that when you aren't here. So if you're gonna come, there's a reason why so many people winter in the South, because it's got nice weather in the winter.
And that is why you think rednecks don't wear shirts, is because it's too damn hot to wear a fucking shirt.
So come down here from October till April, and you're not gonna have the insane heat. You're gonna have nice weather and less humidity. But don't expect to not die.
I think it snows maybe once a week, 1 week a year here, if we're lucky.
And I guess one of the other don'ts I'll have for you is if you're really hot and you want to get a drink and you go in, they might ask you, hey, what kind of Coke do you want? You're like, what? So my thing is, don't think that Coke just means Coke. Here, a lot of times what you'll see is they'll say, hey, what kind of Coke you want? They mean, what kind of soda would you like?
And a lot of people use places now use soda. At least down here, we don't really use Coke as a generality anymore. Some places do.
What kind of pop or soda pop or drink? It's just the word they use.
Oh, do not say pop or soda pop down here. You will get laughed at.
For soda is Coke, okay? So don't forget.
That's
Coke.
good to know.
I know we have lots of different Cokes, Sprite, Dr. Pepper, whatever. You do have that when you are here. Now, the last few years, I've definitely seen a drop off in a number of places where they do use Coke as the de facto word for soda or soda pop. So you might not see it too often, but occasionally, so I just want to give you that heads up. And the thing is, if you're going to meet up with Southerners to have a drink, whether it's a Coke or a beer or whatever,
Woo, crawfish broil!
expect Southerners to be on time. There's definitely a much more laissez-faire attitude with
Yeah.
time here in the South. And as Johnson
Hey,
was
but
telling
hey,
you,
we're gonna start this at like
if
6
anybody
o'clock. You
comes
show up
to
at 6
your
o'clock.
home,
We're talking shit until
it's
6:30, and then we start.
Or Johnson will tell me, hey, I've got to get my face on.
How big is that
The
bucket?
thing is time is
Yep.
very relevant here. So if you're setting up a time, hey, let's meet at 8 o'clock. They might not be there till 8:30 or something like that or later. And don't worry if they write. She's like, oh, we're on our way. And that means, like, I'm getting in the shower, okay?
Oh, that's worldwide. For those of you who are about that,
Realize that
that's worldwide, man.
on time, not always a thing to expect to
Oh,
have here.
cute
Now,
couple,
going
though.
back to that drinking kind
Look
of
at
thing,
that.
another thing you need to know is when you get tea here, don't think your tea is going to be unsweetened, okay?
Oh,
In the
no.
South, you drink sweet tea, period.
If you don't get diabetes, it ain't sweet enough.
Tea belongs in one place, down a drain, all right? So if you're going to get tea, it's going to be sweet tea, all
Bro, I thought he was
right?
going to say England. Down a drain, England, kind of same place.
It's really good. And don't think that sweet tea is tea plus sugar. No, no, no. For all my friends, when you go to a restaurant in the north and you ask for sweet tea, they say, oh, I have sugar packets with the tea. You're like, no, that's not the same thing. All right? So don't expect unsweetened tea when you're here. But if you're looking at food, honestly, if you're going to be coming to the South, don't bring tight clothes. Bring a
Gotcha.
belt with a couple extra loops on it because you're going to eat so much when you're here because there's so
Oh,
much
yeah.
for the fried chicken, the biscuits,
Ah.
the blitz. Oh my god. The barbecue, there's so much fantastic food. And yes, you will get quite big when you are here. I mean, I'll show you
chicken
a
and
picture of
waffles.
before I
Oh.
started to come to the South. And this is what I look like now.
What's the stuff on top of it?
Okay, so
Not
heads
real
up with
sure.
that. So don't forget a bit more room in your clothing when you are here. Now my next note's going to focus on some misconceptions of Southern food. No, they don't fry everything, but they do fry a lot.
Yeah.
But honestly, my biggest don't would be that look, don't think that barbecue goes on the grill. The grilling things you grill on your barbecue at home is hot dogs and burgers and steaks.
Yep.
And
Barbecue
look at
in the
that.
South is smoked meat.
Look at
Whether
it.
it is, of course, a butt, Boston,
Nah, you guys are hitting me like, well, what is it? How am I supposed to?
Alright. For those of you who don't know the difference between smoked and grilled, a grill uses direct heat from a flame or burning coals to cook the meat. Smoked, it burns some kind of something under it. Most time it's wood pellets, and then the steam and smoke from the pellets cook it and give it a smoky flavor from whatever kind of pellet you use. And it's the smoke that cooks it instead of just the heat alone. And it makes a big difference.
That how give me it immediately.
oh my god, pulled pork is fantastic. Or you have
Mhm.
a brisket or whatever, you have the smoked meat that's been on there
Looks
for
so good.
hours and hours, and it makes it all succulent and juicy, and it's so good. And that's why when you're in the South, you're eating barbecue all over the place. Because the thing is, if you're thinking that barbecue is just grilled meat, think about it. If you put a steak or any kind of meat on your grill,
Is that
straight on the flames for 7
banana
hours,
pudding?
you know what you have?
Sure.
Charcoal, okay?
True.
It's not the same thing, so don't think barbecue.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Barbecues, depending on what you're barbecuing, you can be barbecuing for 8 to 28 hours. Yeah.
It's on the grill. It's in a
Oh my
smoker.
god, I didn't know
Suck in
this
all
was
those
gonna be a food video, bro. I haven't ate.
flavors. So definitely get
I feel you, bro.
here, I'm not gonna lie to you. Another don't I have for you actually dealing with those barbecue things, don't be surprised if the barbecue sauce you have varies from state to state. So here
Yep.
in Georgia we have sweet barbecue sauce, right? But you go,
I can't. I didn't know that. I thought this was gonna be like laws, bro. I did not expect to be coming on here today to be looking at succulent, juicy food. God's sake. Speaking
I am
of
definitely
succulent
cooking me
food,
something to eat
stream
afterwards.
over on Twitch. There's a link in the pinned
Ribs.
comment down below. I would love to have a couple of you guys coming over. Speaking of Twitch, you Clars48. If you watch my videos on YouTube and you're watching this one right now, just think that you followed on Twitch. Thank you. Appreciate you. Love you.
South Carolina, it's like a barbecue-based barbecue sauce. If you go to North Carolina, it's a vinegar-based
I don't-
barbecue sauce. If you go to Memphis, well, Memphis, they use a dry rub on
What
the ribs.
in Memphis?
So you have all
Yep.
these different kinds of barbecue you can have. I mean, I was in Alabama, and oh my God, I had some fantastic ribs when I was there.
Oh, if you live in a tri-state, it gets real fun.
You just have all these different variations.
This guy
So don't
loves it.
think, oh, I'm doing a southern tour. We had barbecue in North Carolina. I don't need to have it again.
No.
You should, because it will be different each place.
Memphis Sweet Honey Barbecue.
One thing that kind of goes along with the regional differences in the barbecue is also don't think that all the South is the same. I mean, if you're going to Atlanta, it's a very different experience.
I think that's a very important one, because I probably do, to be fair.
Which is very different than going to
I'll be
New
honest, I
Orleans or
probably do.
Natchez in Mississippi, or going to Memphis versus Nashville or Knoxville.
Here's the reason people like me would think like that.
I will go ahead and tell you, if you're going to America for some kind of touristy reason, wanting to see the sights and stuff like that, don't go to Mississippi. We really don't have anything. Which is one of the reasons we're one of the poorest states, but we really don't have anything for tourists. I mean, if you want to come down and meet random people and have a good bit of fun, sure, go ahead. But we don't have we have concerts in South Haven, but we don't have these big music fests or these barbecue fests or stuff like that. If you're gonna come to Memphis, Mississippi, you might as well just go to Memphis. Stay on Beale Street.
Right, here's my POV. It's because I come from Ireland, right? I live in Northern Ireland, UK. And where I live, it's quite small. So culture here and things that we do is probably the same the whole way around the country, right? Maybe a little bit changed, maybe a little bit different depending on, you know, of where you are, but not that much different. Whereas you guys live in a place that's enormous. Absolutely enormous.
We are
And
50
that's
countries in a
where
trench
lot of
coat.
stuff differentiates depending on where you are. So that's probably why we think like that. It's not a great way to think, but it's what we just got brought up with, you know? So whenever we go, if I was to go to like a place like this, I'd probably think that if he didn't mention about the barbecue sauce, I probably just would have thought barbecue sauce is the same everywhere, but clearly not.
According to the outer
Nope.
things and these kind of things, you have a lot of different kind of regional differences in the South, whether it's geography,
What
whether
is
it's people,
that?
whether it's food and cuisine, and
Oysters.
stuff like that. And yes,
No
different
way.
types of barbecue that are out there. So don't think it's all the same. Don't think, well, I went to Atlanta, I saw the South. No, you saw part of the South. So go and explore more.
Well, I will not. Don't worry, bro.
It has to do with that beautiful Spanish
Uh,
sauce behind me. See it just kind of dripping.
Waffle House is the best when you're drunk at 2 a.m. Because everything has a picture. You don't have to read shit. You can just look at the menu. Hey, what do you want? I want this one right here.
Down there. Oh, it is so
Fucking love Waffle House.
Tree, I love these trees. You know
Willow
what reminds me
trees?
of? Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur Morgan. R.I.P. Streamed on Twitch. Great game.
Cool. And you want to go and grab some and hold it like, oh, should I wear it as a shawl? Look, my don't for you. So you're in the coastal part of the
Yeah,
South.
don't
and you
touch
see
those.
Spanish moss. Don't touch it. There's little
Yeah.
bugs in there. There's little chiggers in there that will bite you and bite you and bite you and you get all itchy and
You
stuff like that.
weren't.
So don't try to.
You won't touch it again.
Walter's picture and stuff it in your shirt so you get a big belly like me. Don't do that, okay? Because that stuff, man, you'll be like, can't.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother, because I
That's
definitely would.
I mean, most people would know to do that, not to do that. But I have seen a lot of kids, they'll go and start playing with it, and their parents don't realize it. So I want to make sure you know, don't play with the Spanish moss. Now, a
Thank you.
fashion don't I have for you, and I know I am not the person to listen to about fashion, and that's okay, is if you're a tourist, don't worry if you feel underdressed. Look, here in the South, you can, I mean, there's fashion, all fashion is acceptable here. You'll see people wearing flip-flops and G-strings, and you'll see people wearing their
You say G-string? Just walking around in a G-string. Are we talking about the same G-string? All right.
Southern gentlemen best to their seersucker suits. You'll see that. And the thing is, though,
No. I have never seen a girl walk around in public in a G-string. Now, granted, you're gonna see some girls in Daisy Dukes. That's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure the South is what popularized them. AKA Daisy Dukes from Dukes of Hazzard. But you're not really gonna see girls walking around in their underwear.
if you go to, for example, you go to a football game in Georgia, guess what? You'll see people in heels. We're at the grocery store at Publix, and people are doing their grocery shopping in heels. It's not an uncommon thing. So don't feel
Wear
that
what
you
you
have to
want.
dress up that nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, people will be appreciative of it, but you don't have
Yeah.
to dress up that nice when you are here. So another don't in the South is don't mess with the mayonnaise. In the South, you got two great mayonnaise. The best is Duke's. This
You
is
don't
Jones
mess with
right here.
mayo.
Blue plate, also very much an acceptable kind of thing. Not Miracle, no, never that. But Duke's
Yeah.
blue plate, you'll be good to go, and you'll get it on all kinds of stuff. Now, another southern food I want to give you a dome for are grits, okay? And my thing is, don't think grits are just for breakfast. Because when you see grits,
Grits are
they look
grits
like
are grits
a
are
cream of
grits.
wheat or an oatmeal or a porridge kind of thing. But the thing is, they do look like that, but they're actually made out of hominy. If you're not sure what hominy is, it's like a corn derivative, so you do have that. But the thing is, you look at it, you think, oh, this is going to be like a porridge. It's only for breakfast. Oh,
Nope.
no.
Shrimp and grits, chicken and grits, grits and a biscuit.
I don't know what it is, but it looks great.
Cheese grits, which is always good. My personal favorite, if you're looking for something like a lunch or a dinner thing, shrimp and grits. Oh my god,
Yep.
it is so good. So don't think grits are just for breakfast.
Grits and
It
eggs.
may look like it, but it so isn't. And going along with that, don't think biscuits are the same here as well. Because biscuits in the South, there's a different kind of flour they use. So make sure if you get a chance to grab some biscuits.
It's not no KFC biscuit. It won't dry your throat out after one bite.
One of the things I'm looking
You can actually eat it without water.
Going somewhere and trying biscuits and gravy, bro. I cannot wait. They better be
You are
good.
gonna.
Make sure to subscribe.
Yep, you're gonna love it.
When I do upload that, I do that. Has me eating them in it. You don't miss it.
They are so good. Seriously, don't pass up the food in the South. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The pies. Oh my God. Everything you have here is awesome. And the thing is,
I'm not really a fan of pimento cheese.
You know what it is that I haven't talked about really, but might be why I love America so much. The food there. I feel like you guys love cheese
Yeah.
so much.
Yep.
And I love cheese so much. It's one of my favorite things about being alive.
There's not a lot of food we make without cheese, so yeah.
Traditional Southern cuisine, you know, collars and stuff like that. But you also have newer kind of fusion kind of Southern food. So you have all kinds of great mixes. Now, another thing you should know is when you come to the South, I know when people come from around the world and come visit the U.S., we have a very popular sport here in the U.S. we call football, or you might call American football. And here in the South, it's like a religion. People
Oh,
love
yeah.
SEC football. They have their Georgia Bulldog shirts on, or their Alabama, the Crimson Tide. They have their
And that's the weird part. I mean, yeah. I mean, professional football is still big. Don't get me wrong. But for some reason, college football is so much bigger than the NFL. I don't understand why.
or LSU or whatever, they really love their
I
football.
love that you
in the
guys
South,
love it so
okay?
much.
And so if you're
I
gonna make
love
this thing
seeing
all this
passion
boring, soccer's
and
better,
stuff like this.
basketball's better, just
Love
don't. Just don't. I'm telling you right now, it is not worth the headache of
Oh,
the discussion because they love their football here. They're super passionate about it. And don't pass up the chance to go to a football game.
Oh, do not.
Talking down on sport. Can you imagine living a life where you don't like sport? It's like living without music. Grow up.
On a Saturday in the fall because it'll be a great experience, not just for the game, but don't miss out on tailgating. The
Oh, hell yeah, that's the
before
best
game,
part about any
you're
football game.
You're drinking beer with your buddies and stuff like that. It's a whole
That's awesome.
experience, and you'll see
Love
that.
it.
Wow, why is it from on the Saturday? It's from 3 till 6. The city was empty. Oh, because the Georgia Bulldogs are playing, and so everybody in town was watching the game. You do have that when you are here. And I guess another note I'll give you is when you're preparing for that tailgate and you're going to the grocery store or the grocery, when you get your stuff, you know that little thing you fill up with all the groceries?
The cart.
That thing you push around? Don't call it a cart here. It's called a buggy, all right? It's
No,
buggy.
it's a shopping cart.
And my last note for you is
Nope, I am in Mississippi. It is a shopping cart.
We call it
don't skip
trolley.
out on visiting the South. You will fall in love with it. With amazing
I know I
architecture,
will.
amazing people, tons of beautiful towns to visit. You go to Natchez, Mississippi, on the Mississippi
Yeah, I just don't-
River and see all the homes
Last don't fuck around.
there are.
Because you will find out.
See the
It's the
history there,
South.
the
I need to go to the
Creole
South as well,
culture.
man.
Maybe you're headed to Oxford, Mississippi, where
Look
Ole
at
Miss
that.
is, or you're heading through Alabama, or you're coming here into Savannah, Georgia, or going to Charleston, or hitting Atlanta, the mega metropolis of the South, going up to Asheville for amazing beer, or hitting the Outer Banks. There's so much great things to enjoy in the South that you really want to go and explore. And that's why I tell people, don't try to see the whole U.S., pick a region and focus on that. And the South is a great region to see because you can drive around lots of places. The roads are good because there's no freezing and thawing, so the highways stay even, which is awesome. And you really, really love it because the people, they care about their cities, they care about their towns, They have a very much pride in those places,
Oh, yeah.
so they want to share that with the tourists like
Nice.
you.
I like
Southern
it. I
Pride.
like this guy. If you haven't yet, guys, go check us
All right.
out. Walter.
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna add one more. Don't fuck around, because you will find out. We're all nice, but we are not afraid to kick somebody's ass. Which is probably the reason we are so nice. But thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.